Right now, I'm privileged to introduce to you, my CultureShare audience, Mr. Clifton Orion, known as the Calypso world as the Mighty Bomber. Bomber, welcome to CultureShare.
Thank you very much. I'm privileged to be here at CultureShare.
Well, it's an honor for me to be sitting next side to a great exponent of the Calypso art form.
Thank you.
All right, tell me, how long you been singing Calypso music?
It's approximately 35 years.
35 years. So you got started at what age? Pretty much an early age?
Well, I said 35, leaving out the other years when I was not a professional. I started to sing at the age of 12.
Age of 12?
Yes.
Okay.
I was born in Grenada, you see.
Oh, yeah?
And I sang there from the age of 12.
Mm-hmm.
I came to Trinidad in 1956.
1956.
Started to sing here in 1957.
Mm-hmm. All right, so initially, how did you get started singing?
When I came to Trinidad, I resided at a good friend and a Calypsonian that was Small Island Pride, who is now deceased. And he used to come to Grenada. I used to write calypsos for him. And the Lord Melody heard me singing, and he said, "My God, you have this talent here, Pride, and you didn't carry him to the Calypso tent." And so Melody invited me to the Calypso tent in
That's the Lord Melody?
Yes, the Lord, the deceased.
Okay, all right, yeah.
And I began to sing in 1957 with the old brigade, surprisingly, who included people like Spoiler and Cypher, Tiger and what have you. Mm-hmm. And I made an impact there. And from then on, I became a professional artist.
Now, are you still actively performing?
I do. I sing with Lord Kitchener at the Review Calypso tent. Yes.
Have you had any records to your credits?
I had records from approximately 1958 up until 1965. Since then, I have not recorded because I can remember composers saying that the people who produces these records, they don't record us anymore because our songs, or calypsos that is, are very serious topics, you know, and we tell stories and what have you, and the people go more for the party songs. Those are the selling records. As he said, I'm not against the party songs, but the stories and what have you, the people don't buy those records. They more buy the dancey types.
The dancey types.
Yes.
But I tell you, I'm a traditional calypso. I'm a traditional style calypso, lover. Mm-hmm. Where do you see calypso music, say, going internationally as big as reggae music? Do you see that happening?
Yes, it can happen, and I eventually think it would. But the coming together of the Calypsonians is holding it back a lot. I think Calypsonians should bind themselves together as one entity to project the Calypso. And it has gone a little distance. It came to the US, went to England and various parts of the world. But I think until such time as the Calypsonians come together in one big organization and push the Calypso, I think it would go universally.
Oh, okay. And you would be there to help push it together.
Of course, I will.
Now listen, now going back, what would you say is the state of Calypso, Soca music today, as they call it, to what you grew up to in the earlier years?
It is...
Comparison-wise.
It has changed a lot in that the way people write Calypsos today, a couple of words, a lot of music, and is dancified. Whereas in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and so on, even up to the 70s early, you had Calypsonians had to work a little harder to compose. With all due respect to those people now, they had to work harder because you had to produce a Calypso with a fantastic story and even certain punchlines, even though they were suggestive. You had to try to keep them clean.
Clean, okay.
And people enjoyed those sort of things. This is why we are here.
Okay, well, that's why you're going to be appearing on this classic Calypso show tomorrow, Sunday, Father's Day, at the Golden Pavilion.
Yes.
Now, tell me, what can we look forward to from the Mighty Bomber live on stage?
The Mighty Bomber will do a series of Calypsos, the old type and the new ones, because you're going to get Calypsos from way back. Take, for instance, Joan and James, which is an autobiography in Song of the Mighty Bomber, which I won the Calypso crown with in 1964.
Okay.
You're going to get The Dream, which is another one that I used to cop the crown in 1964. And then you're going to get the most recent ones, like In Love and Memory, which tells a story of the Calypsonians who have passed on.
Okay.
And you're going to get USWI.
So it's like a tribute, like?
It is.
A tribute.
It is a tribute,
Okay.
a respectable one at that.
Okay.
And you're going to get USWI, which initials mean United States of the West Indies. Oh, that's a beauty.
Oh, yeah?
It's a
Okay.
beauty.
Well, listen, now, is this your first appearance that you're going to be appearing in New York? Is this your first time?
Oh, no. I was
appeared in
here
New York?
before, but many, many, many years ago.
Okay.
I think it's around 1965. I came here with a gentleman called Earl Harris. We performed at the Carnegie, and we performed at the Randall's Island. I was well accepted, and as I'm speaking to you, I remember Harry Belafonte reproduced one of my calypsos on record.
Okay, which one was that?
Gloria.
Gloria?
Yes.
Wow, congratulations. Well, you know, I think that's a tribute in a way.
It is,
you know?
it is.
Okay. Now, what part of Trinidad are you from? Where you presently
Where
reside?
do I live? I live at Picton Road in Laventille.
Laventille.
Yes.
Okay, now, in singing calypso, I mean, what turns have you performed in over the years?
Right. I started in, as I told you, in 1957. I sang with the Old Brigade. That's what they called the Ice House. And after a few years, I was called in 1960 by the Mighty Sparrow to perform with the then original Young Brigade, which is now known as the SYB, the Sparrow's Young Brigade. I was the stage manager of Sparrow's Young Brigade for approximately 13 years. Although I copped the crown from him when I was singing at the Review, Strand Theatre, we were on opposing sides. And eventually he took it as a man because he said, I really won. That's the time when composer came second with supposing and what have you. But he's a beautiful gentleman to work with, Sparrow, that is. And he saw my potentials, and he made me the stage manager of his Calypso tent.
So in other words, would it be true, or it would be fair to say that Sparrow in a way gave you that break that you needed to?
Well, yes, I would say that he has helped me immensely because he always tells me that I'm a great Calypsonian. He shows me the respect. We never had any difficulties getting along together, and I respect the man.
Okay. If you had to say one thing, what is your biggest dislike about the state of Calypso soca music today, as it is?
The biggest dislike, it has not been marketed properly.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll leave it just like that. Folks, this is the Mighty Bomber.
God bless you.
And it's been great talking to you, and we look forward to seeing a great show from you tomorrow at the Golden Pavilion.
Thank you. It has been nice speaking with you, and I wish I would come back again and speak on your program.
We'll love to have you.
Thank you.